Welcome to my newly rearranged chin room. Fortunately, I gotta make this a little quick because my camera is pretty much out of room. As you will see, I'm pretty much out of room in here. And there's more chin stuff that isn't even in this room. First off, I got my girl's cage. Hey, you. That's Mama Sophie. Doesn't like to be messed with. None of my girls do. Up there, I got her daughter Amina. Lighting's bad, but okay, that'll work. There you can see the other daughter, Sophia. Practically her twin. So there's all three. And dust bath supplies up there, and cleaning broom and dust mask and all that. Yeah. Yeah. They don't like being messed with. Big 60-pound box of hay. Got another one out in the other room. Got that little board because when I need to weigh them or the food or whatnot, putting it on directly on carpet causes some issues. By the way, carpet for a chin room sucks. Linoleum or wood floor or something, and pretty much anything that's smooth would be better. And the one thing worse than carpet is a poorly installed carpet, one that is not attached well, because then you can't use your regular type of vacuum attachment on a shop vac. You have to use the standard hose, which means you got to use a little hose to go all over every inch of the room and all the stuff that gets outside of the room. Moving on, I got my boy Dandy's cage. Sadly, it's getting a bit dark, so the lighting is poor. Dandy was the one I took in with a bunch of spinal problems, which mess up his leg. You can't put too much pressure on it. So he can't use a regular double tall Ferret Nation cage, so I had to make him the double wide. Over a few months, he's gained some mobility. He's able to, hop up on small things and up closely ledges to the hut and whatnot. He's actually my one personable guy. He's a boy. Yeah, look at him. He loves getting his face and head scratched. One time even, well actually a few times, but it'll even let you sit there and pet his ears. It's a boy. Several thermometers. Above him, for the sake of saving room, I got these two used just for storage. Various hardwares and ledges. Extra litter pans that are no longer being used at the moment. A few extra dishes and whatnot, and a tool for the bolts on the back of the flying saucer wheels. Over here I got more treats and chew stuff, and sadly, gotta be careful opening that. In there I got the last few lava ledges. That box was full. That box is mostly just old ledges. They don't chew anymore or got used up completely. Sadly, most of these mine don't even bother with. And then up top of that, storage for fleece and dust bath house. I got more fleece that goes in there that's currently being washed, so there normally would be more going in there. And I got A cubes that pretty much no one seems to bother with here. except for Amina sometimes. Then these are the new girls. We got them about a month and a half to 2 months ago. This here is Chili. She's actually a little bit personable sometimes. And there we go, Moochie, who's not so personable. With the exception of the hut and those 2 ledges, everything else in here is pretty much came with them. For the sake of easing the adjustment period, I left everything pretty much the same that they were used to. Then more storage stuff on top of their cages. Then more food, air filter, picture of my ferret. Story behind that too. Closets I'm not going to bother getting into because that'd be a pain to dig all this out. But I got more wood and wood scraps and a bunch of stuff in there. Then this cage, which was just over there. More chin supplies, medical supplies up in here that I've acquired or had to use over the times, including even all my old meds and stuff. Not to use them, but sometimes I've needed to check names or dosages or whatnot just for reference. Don't use old meds. And then just a bunch of random stuff. And then food, more food. No, more food and another bag of food. Then old bags of food of various types. And my scale, a notebook to keep track of their weight. And a drill for the ledges and whatnot. Then a net cam that I used to be pointed about right there. Mainly because I was having power outages and I had to be careful with the air conditioner in the summer. If the power went out and that turned off and heat went on, that would be a problem. So I needed to be able to check now and then to make sure if I wasn't home. Of course, that hay box was over there and that cage was over there where the girls are. So now there, that kind of narrows where I can point it at the moment. But yeah, all this stuff in the chin room. Always out of room. Always need more. And the sad thing is, as I mentioned at the start, I still got a bunch of chin stuff that isn't even in here. And not to mention all my other pet stuff, which could use an old storage room of its own. Oh well. Well, for the moment, that will be the chin room. Till something else comes up.